Welcome back for another deep dive.
Always exciting.
This time, we're heading to India to check out the real estate scene.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. What's happening there? What's the future look like?
Okay.
And our guide for this trip is a report from CIRIL,
Okay.
which is, one of India's top real estate advisory firms.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
So we're in good hands. Get ready for a fascinating picture
I'm ready.
of India's, economy as we sort of break this down.
Awesome. It's
So,
not just data, though. It's like you can feel
oh yeah,
the
you
energy
can feel the energy.
in this report.
Oh, and the report emphasizes just how crucial real estate is to India's economy as a whole.
Right.
We think of real estate, we think of buildings,
Yeah.
but it's more than that,
Oh, for sure.
especially in a place like India that's growing so fast.
Absolutely. The report projects that it could reach 5.8 trillion US dollars by 2047.
Whoa,
That's
that's a lot.
huge. It means that real estate's contribution to India's GDP could go from about 7% to over 15%. Wow.
So, massive potential.
So it's not just bricks and mortar.
Yeah.
It's fueling India's growth.
Yeah, it's the engine,
Yeah, I get
and
it.
that growth, it's attracting serious investment.
Right.
The report says there was an all-time high of 11.4 billion US dollars in equity investments in 2024 alone.
Oh,
That's a 54% increase year on year.
okay. So what is driving this surge?
Well, a couple of things.
Okay.
Domestic investments are booming.
Okay.
They make up about 70% of that influx.
Wow.
There's just a lot of confidence in India's economic future right now.
Right.
Second, there's the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative,
Okay.
which basically means self-reliant India.
Interesting.
It encourages domestic production, reducing reliance on imports, and that includes real estate.
So the government is really kind of pushing for a more self-sufficient ecosystem.
Exactly, and that's resonating with domestic investors.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a perfect storm.
Yeah.
You've got domestic confidence.
You've got these government initiatives, and then you've got this global interest in emerging markets.
You got it. And there's more. Remember those Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities we talked about? They're becoming real estate hotspots.
Okay, what makes them so attractive?
Well, think about it. Remote work, flexible lifestyles.
Okay,
These cities offer a better quality of life, less congestion,
yeah, makes sense.
lower cost of living.
Yeah.
Plus, newer micro markets within these cities are seeing higher price growth than some established metro areas.
So it's not just chasing those big city lights anymore.
Nope. The Indian real estate market is becoming more diverse and dynamic.
It is. It is.
Now, what about foreign investment?
Yeah, is that playing a role?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
From 2000 to 2024, India saw a huge increase in foreign direct investment, like 20 times more.
Wow.
The government's focus on ease of doing business has attracted a ton of foreign capital, like over $1 trillion US dollars in FDI flowing in since 2000.
Wow, that's a huge vote of confidence.
It is.
But I have to ask, with, FIIs, foreign institutional investors,
Right.
pulling back in 2024
Uh-huh.
due to things like, rising U.S. Treasury yields.
Yeah.
Is there a reason to be concerned?
Well, it's important to look at the nuances.
Okay.
The pullback in FIIs mainly affected secondary market investments.
Okay.
Primary market investments are still strong.
Okay.
Plus, domestic investments are stepping up to
Right.
fill the gap.
Right.
So while some investors are shifting strategies, the overall interest in India's economic potential remains
All right.
strong.
Okay. So it sounds like the market is becoming more resilient with a good balance between foreign and domestic investment.
Yeah. And to add to that, domestic institutional investors, or DIIs,
Okay.
hit a record high net inflow of over 1 trillion rupees in September 2024.
Oh,
They're showing growing confidence in the market.
that's huge.
It is.
Okay, so we've got record-breaking investments, a government focused on self-reliance, and a shift towards these emerging cities. Now let's dive into some specific deals that showcase the diversity and scale of this market.
Okay, great. One that stands out is Data Infrastructure Trust in India.
Okay.
They attracted over $2 billion.
Wow.
Then there's Kiranakart Technologies, an Indian company which secured over $1 billion from 14 different firms.
Okay.
And Fourth Partner Energy,
Okay.
operating in the industrial and energy sector, raised over $274 million.
Wow.
So you see, there's a breadth of opportunities here attracting investors.
Yeah, it's like a buffet.
It is.
It's not just one type of company or industry.
Nope.
It seems like there's something for everybody.
Exactly.
So where do we go from here?
Let's zoom in on some key sectors.
Okay.
Starting with the office sector,
Right.
India saw a record 79 million square feet of office leasing, with Bengaluru leading the way.
Wow, that's a lot of square footage.
It is, and it's driven by tech, BFSI, and co-working spaces.
Okay.
The report also provides a deep dive into the Delhi NCR region.
All right, so what are the highlights there? What should I know?
Well, they added about 4.5 million square feet of new office space in 2024,
Okay.
and another 10.5 million square feet is projected by 2027.
Okay, so there's a lot of new inventory coming online.
Yeah, Gurugram is expected to account for about half of that.
Gotcha.
What about rental rates?
Yeah, how do they compare across different areas?
Well, rental rates vary significantly across different locations in India.
Right.
Metro cities, they command high prices,
Uh-huh.
but emerging cities offer attractive alternatives
Okay.
with lower costs.
Right, right.
Even within Delhi NCR, the CBDs, the central business districts,
Okay.
they have the highest rents,
Okay.
while Noida Sector 62 is the most affordable.
Okay, so that's really good information.
Yeah,
If you're thinking about, setting up shop or investing.
absolutely.
Now, what about the warehousing sector?
Oh, warehousing is exciting.
Yeah.
Nationally, there's a growing demand for grade A warehouses. And Delhi NCR is a great example of that.
Okay, so it's a hot market.
It is.
What's driving this, and how is it impacting rental rates?
Well, e-commerce and organized retail are fueling the need for these modern, efficient warehouses.
Makes sense.
And this demand has pushed rental rates up by 7.2% year-on-year in Delhi NCR.
Okay, so that's significant.
It is. Shows you how strong the demand is.
Really does.
Before we move on, what about retail?
Okay, yeah, let's talk about retail.
It's changing rapidly,
All right.
reflecting those changing consumer preferences and lifestyles.
Right.
The report takes us to cities like Jaipur and Jodhpur.
Okay, yeah. I want to hear about those cities.
They've got a mix of traditional and modern retail spaces.
All right, so what's the scene like there?
Jaipur, known for its culture and tourism,
Mm-hmm.
saw an absorption of around 290,000 square feet of retail space in 2024.
Okay.
Brands like Zudio, Marks & Spencer, Pantaloons, they're all expanding.
Oh, wow.
They're tapping into those unique cultural aspects of the city. They're tailoring their offerings to the local tastes.
That's smart.
It is.
In a market as diverse as India.
Exactly. What about Jodhpur?
Yeah, what's happening in
Well,
Jodhpur?
that's stunning architecture, vibrant markets.
Uh-huh.
It's got a well-established retail scene,
Okay.
driven by fashion, gems and jewelry, accessories, and traditional crafts.
Oh, wow. So they're attracting brands that cater to both locals and tourists.
Yeah, you got it.
So both Jaipur and Jodhpur are really attracting those national and international brands.
They are creating this really vibrant retail landscape.
Yeah, that's exciting. But it's not just about the big cities, though, right?
No, there's the growth of newer micro markets within those tier 2 cities.
That's what I want to hear about, because we're seeing this shift
Right.
in preferences towards these emerging locations,
Yeah.
driven by, like we said, affordability, more space,
Yeah,
a desire for a better quality of life.
you're absolutely right.
So how's that playing out?
It's reshaping the Indian real estate market for sure, creating these opportunities in these new, exciting locations.
I like it.
Yeah.
So we're seeing this exciting trend of growth in Tier 2 cities with retail spaces popping up in newer micro markets. I'm curious, what kind of price growth are we talking about in these areas? Is it significant enough to catch an investor's eye?
Oh, absolutely. Think of it this way. Some of these newer micro markets are outpacing even established metro areas in terms of price growth.
Wow, really?
It really highlights the changing dynamics of the market. People are prioritizing affordability, spaciousness, and lifestyle, and these cities deliver on all fronts.
It's like a ripple effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
The growth in metro cities is now creating waves of opportunity in these emerging locations.
Yeah.
But real estate isn't just about offices, warehouses, and shops.
Right.
What about other sectors? What else is the report highlighting?
Well, the report dives into some really interesting sectors like hospitality,
Okay.
co-working spaces, and co-living projects.
Okay, those are interesting.
Yeah. These are areas that are mirroring the evolving needs and aspirations of the Indian population.
Okay, paint a picture for me. How are these sectors playing out in the Indian context?
Take the hospitality sector, for example.
Uh-huh.
India's tourism industry is booming, and that's translating into a growing demand for hotels, resorts, and other hospitality spaces.
Makes sense.
Then you have co-working spaces, which are like magnets for freelancers, startups,
Yeah.
and even larger companies embracing flexible work models.
Right.
And co-living projects, they're offering a modern, community-driven housing option for young professionals who value flexibility and shared experiences.
Yeah. So it's like the real estate sector is mirroring the shifts we're seeing in the way people work and live.
Exactly.
It's not just about building structures anymore. It's about creating spaces that cater to a more dynamic and interconnected way of life. So beyond the big cities like Jaipur and Jodhpur, where else should we be looking? What other regional hotspots are catching your attention?
Let's head south to Coimbatore. You might know it as the Manchester of South India, a hub for engineering and manufacturing.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
But it's also emerging as a major player in the IT sector.
Okay, so there's more to Coimbatore than meets the eye.
Oh, absolutely.
What's drawing these tech companies to Coimbatore?
Well, the report highlights Coimbatore's growing IT sector as a key driver of its real estate market. Companies like TCS, Infosys, Bosch, Tech Mahindra, and HDFC have set up operations in the city, drawn by its skilled workforce and favorable business environment.
It makes sense. Companies are always looking for talent and cost-effective locations. It sounds like Coimbatore offers a winning combination.
It does.
Is that attracting companies from other major cities?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Coimbatore is becoming a sought-after destination for companies based in Bengaluru and Chennai. They're looking to expand their operations in a city that offers lower costs, less congestion, and a high quality of life.
So we're seeing this interesting interplay between cities. Companies and talent are flowing between them, creating a dynamic network of economic activity. It's like the Indian real estate market is becoming more interconnected and diverse.
That's a great observation. This interconnectedness is fueling growth in different sectors across the country. For example, while Coimbatore is seeing a surge in IT, other cities are experiencing a boom in warehousing and logistics.
It's like a giant ecosystem, isn't it?
It is.
Each city playing a specific role, contributing to the overall health and vibrancy of the Indian real estate market. Now I'm ready for our next stop on this virtual tour. Where to next?
Let's venture to the West Coast and explore the dynamic real estate scene of Goa.
Goa. It's known for its beautiful beaches and laid-back lifestyle.
Right.
But I'm guessing there's more to Goa's real estate story than just vacation homes?
You're right. Goa is shedding its image as just a tourist destination. It's developing a thriving commercial sector with a surge in demand for office spaces. In fact, Goa saw an absorption of around 2.5 million square feet of commercial space in 2024.
So it's not just about beaches and parties anymore.
No.
Businesses are setting up shop in Goa, attracted by its unique blend of lifestyle and opportunity. Where's the commercial hub of Goa?
Panaji, Goa's capital city, is the primary commercial hub.
Okay.
It's attracting a diverse range of businesses from IT and consulting firms to startups and creative agencies.
I could see the appeal. Working by the beach definitely has its perks. What about rental rates in Goa? Are they on par with the major cities?
Here's where it gets interesting. Rental rates in Goa are relatively more affordable compared to those sky-high prices you see in cities like Mumbai or Bengaluru. The report indicates that average rentals in Goa range from 45 to 100 rupees per square foot per month.
That's quite a difference. So Goa is positioning itself as a more affordable alternative to the big metro cities, attracting businesses and investors who are looking for cost-effective options without compromising on quality of life.
Exactly. And this affordability, combined with Goa's relaxed coastal lifestyle, is attracting a new breed of entrepreneurs and professionals who are seeking a work-life balance that's hard to find in the fast-paced metro cities.
It's a smart strategy, and it seems to be paying off. Goa is carving out a unique niche in the Indian real estate market. Okay, I'm ready for our next adventure. Where are we headed now?
Let's journey eastward and delve into the emerging real estate landscape of Bhubaneswar,
Okay.
the capital city of Odisha.
Bhubaneswar. I've heard it's rapidly developing into a major commercial and educational hub in eastern India. It's known as the Temple City, but I'm guessing its real estate story goes beyond ancient architecture.
You're right. While Bhubaneswar is renowned for its temples, it's also experiencing a surge in commercial activity. The report highlights its rise as a significant commercial center, driven by sectors like IT, ITES, and manufacturing.
So it's not just about preserving its heritage. Bhubaneswar is embracing the opportunities of the modern economy. It's fascinating to see how these cities, often overlooked, are stepping onto the national stage and contributing to India's growth story.
And this decentralization of growth is a positive sign for the Indian economy as a whole. It creates a more balanced and inclusive development trajectory, spreading opportunities to newer regions.
It's like the Indian real estate market is a vast and intricate tapestry, with each city adding its own unique thread, contributing to the richness and complexity of the overall design. We've explored the trends in major sectors like office space, warehousing, and retail, and we've taken this virtual tour of some key cities, including Coimbatore, Goa, and Bhubaneswar. I'm feeling energized by the sheer diversity and dynamism of this market.
That's the beauty of the Indian real estate landscape. It's a constantly evolving story with new chapters unfolding in different corners of the country.
And this report is like a guidebook, helping us navigate this exciting and ever-changing terrain. But I know there's more to explore. What other insights does the report offer?
The report continues its exploration of regional hotspots by taking us to cities like Ranchi, Siliguri,
Okay.
Ahmedabad,
Okay.
Bhopal,
Okay.
and several more.
Wow, there's a lot to cover.
It delves into the unique characteristics of each location, highlighting the factors driving their real estate markets. And these in-depth analyses reveal the incredible diversity of the Indian real estate landscape. Each city has its own story to tell, its own opportunities to offer.
It's like we're putting together a giant jigsaw puzzle, with each city representing a unique piece. And as we fit those pieces together, we start to see the bigger picture, a market that is vibrant, complex, and full of potential.
That's a great analogy. The report is like a roadmap, guiding us through this intricate puzzle, helping us understand the interconnectedness of different sectors and regions.
This deep dive has been incredible. It's not just about understanding the trends, it's about grasping the underlying dynamics that are shaping those trends. It's like having a backstage pass to the Indian real estate market.
I'm glad you're finding it valuable. And remember, this is just a glimpse into the vast and dynamic world of Indian real estate. There's always more to explore, more to learn, and more to uncover.
Wow, it feels like we've crisscrossed the entire country, exploring those big cities and those hidden gems too.
Yeah, it's been quite a trip.
Really dynamic, really diverse market. But before we wrap up,
Yeah.
I want to go back to a point we made earlier
Okay.
about Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Right. Self-reliant India.
Yeah, it seems to be driving all this domestic investment, which you said is filling that gap left by, the FII's pulling back a bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's really interesting to see how it's all playing out.
So how is it impacting the real estate sector specifically?
The report really emphasizes its impact on investor confidence.
Okay.
It's encouraging domestic companies to, expand, invest, and really contribute to India's growth.
That's great.
And the data backs it up.
Okay, what kind of data?
States like Arunachal Pradesh, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Himachal Pradesh, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, and Uttar Pradesh, they've all seen a year-on-year increase of over 40% in the number of investors registered on the Bombay Stock Exchange.
Wow, that's impressive.
It is. It shows that domestic investors are stepping up. Yeah.
And shaping the market's future.
Yeah, it's like a wave of domestic capital.
Yeah.
Bringing new opportunities to these regions that, maybe were overlooked before.
Exactly.
It's a testament to that vision.
It is.
So what does all this mean for someone listening, someone who's been with us on this deep dive, taking it all in? What are the key takeaways here?
I think one of the biggest takeaways is that the Indian real estate market is packed with opportunity.
Yeah.
But you need to understand the nuances of each location, each sector.
Right.
There's no magic formula.
Oh, one size fits all.
Right.
Huh.
It takes research, planning, and a willingness to embrace all that dynamism and diversity.
So it's not just about, jumping in head first.
No.
You got to do your homework.
Exactly.
Understand the market and then find those opportunities that really match your goals.
That's it.
This CIRIL report has been so valuable.
It has.
It's given us data, insights, examples, but like you said, it's just the start.
Yeah. And remember, the market's constantly evolving.
Technology, demographics, lifestyles, it all shapes it.
It does.
It creates a dynamic landscape where opportunities, they come and go.
Yeah.
The key is to stay informed, adapt, and be ready to seize those opportunities.
It's like riding a wave.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of the currents, the wind.
Right.
This deep dive has given us that knowledge.
It has.
Those skills to navigate.
For sure.
This has been an incredible deep dive. Thank you so much for guiding us through this fascinating landscape. I feel like I can really tackle this market now.
My pleasure, really. And to everyone listening, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
We encourage you to check out that full CIRIL report. dive in deeper.
Yeah, do your homework.
And until our next deep dive, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those investor hats on.
Absolutely.